Hello everybody, and welcome back to DC Universe Online with me and Stephen Levi. And last time we did my favorite mission of all time. Oh yes. We were doing the zombie mission, and we're gonna continue doing that. Last time, it went on a little long, so I was like, well, I'll just finish up the hot dog and saving kids thing. And this time we can come here and finish that mission and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's the plan for today. What is our... I know we got to go in there, but what are they going to say to me? Nothing. Wonderful. That's just the way I like it. Also, last time I didn't really get to talk about Atomic like I wanted to. We talked a lot about the Flash also. Or we talked about Arrow, and we talked about Gotham, but also watched a new episode of Flash. Oh my god.
Tomb deep below. Black Adam and Faust have begun the ritual to give her life. We must move quickly.
We must move quickly. Yeah. So I watched a new episode of Flash, and oh my god, if we have time, we'll talk about that. Otherwise, we'll talk about it in the next episode. But I wanted to talk to you guys about... Oh, and another thing. Right now, there's a thing going on with DCUO. There's like a sale on Prometheum keys, and also Prometheum lockboxes are supposed to drop like hotcakes. So we're going to hope that we get a ton of lockboxes while we do this, because that would be pretty awesome if we could get like a ton of lockboxes. It's really hard to like figure out where they drop to, because one thing I've noticed, and I don't know if this is actually a thing, but like, say I'm as Quantique Strike, and I haven't gone up against a specific enemy for a long time, so I haven't gone up against the B guys for a while, the ones in like midish town, Little Bohemia of Metropolis, and I go up to them. I tend to always get a drop of a lockbox normally, so I don't know if that's a thing. So if you guys are really looking for lockboxes, maybe go up against enemies you haven't like touched in ages. Make your way through the waves of zombie. Make my way downtown through the zombies, punching their faces. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get a bunch of lockboxes and I can get some cool styles out of them. I really want to get another, because for the longest time I had a Vengeful Surgeon's jacket, and I used it, and that style is so weird, because I love the style, even though it's basically just Hush's jacket, but with certain other styles, it looks like it's super poofy in the back. So it makes it look like you have this weird hunchback thing going on, or it's all just like super saggy in the back of it. And I don't really like that, but certain styles also look really cool. But I'd like to get it for my, again, for my ice tank, my female ice tank, because I think it would look really good on her. But I used it for somebody else. And I can't say who, but I used it for somebody else.
Dissertation notes. The jackal-headed
I think I actually did it twice. I think I got 2 jackets already, and I used it twice. Yeah, I did. I used it twice, thinking of now. So maybe it'll drop again. I don't know. Maybe it was just a fluke, and I got 2 of them. All lucky and stuff like that. It's totally random, so you could get like a bajillion of those things. It's a pity that you can't trade them because they're count bound, but that's also understandable. It's something very special they're doing. But yeah, back to Atomic. I did a video on it, so if you guys haven't watched that video, I'll put a link on the screen, and you guys can go watch that. It's basically me just doing a rundown of like the loadouts you could use and the powers and stuff. And surprisingly, oh, by the way, I got a new staff. I got it off the broker. It's the steampunk staff. It's super cool. I got it for 199 cash. So thank you, whoever was selling it for super, super cheap. But it was kind of cool with the video for Atomic because I was so scared that the entire video, like, people were just gonna hate me for, like, saying anything bad about Atomic, or that, you know, it was gonna end up like my Celestial video where I did it and people just were like, you don't know what you're talking about. So I spent, like, ages learning the power and learning things about it and testing it and doing rotations. Oh, it took forever. It was an entire day of doing that. But thankfully it turned out really good. Most people really enjoyed it. Although I got a weird comment that I talk too much. I don't understand that comment because it's a video about explaining things. So if I'm not talking, that's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Wish I could do oh, what's that actor's name? I forget it. But he plays Joe on Family Guy and be like, that's weird. But the power... Okay, so... I'm really conflicted on the power because I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. But its tanking just is so weird and so... Like, there's so much to it. And I was talking to other players in the league and stuff, and it's kind of a consensus that people that already really enjoy powers where you have to do combos like Celestial, those people are really, really enjoying the power because it's a different... They're able to tank now, and it's a power that they're kind of used to already. But I just don't know. I'd like to see how it turns out, so I might do... as you guys have asked, oh yeah, I already got the box. A Let's Play of Atomic, but I'm just not sure. If I do it, I probably won't do it for having a tank in the league. I already have tanks, and I have an ice tank that I would like to get up to level and work with her and work with Frostbreaker and the Villain League and stuff, and kind of get that going, because I feel like ice is just a bit more solid. It's not like experimental, so probably do it for like a DPS thing. I still would really like them to work on the range.
In place. Stand back, Black Adam, and watch your love return to our world.
At least it didn't bug out this time. Yet.
Faust, what trickery is this?
She is
Does
not living.
live. Her flesh, it's rotting.
Give her more of your powers. Do not hold back.
Feed me your powers, Black Adam.
Growing so weak.
The powers of Shazam are mine. Poor, pitiful Black Adam. Now merely Death Adam. Forever.
Faust,
What have you done?
These vines will hold you close to me, dearest Adam.
My wife is dead. That's what I imagined it would be.
Rise up and destroy!
Oh yeah? I'll destroy all of you. Get out of my way, buggies! Out of here! But yeah, I'll probably do a Let's Play on Atomic, just because, you know, whatever. It's a new power. I'd like to give it a chance rather than just like just throw it out the window right away and be like, nah. But one thing that I was talking to the league last night about it.
Return to dust!
Shazam!
That was super powerful, Black Adam. Oh boy.
Despite his evil actions, I pity Black Adam's grief for the woman he loved. May Aphrodite grant him peace from heartache. As for you, you have...
Okay, thanks.
I am an evil man. My rage has leveled cities, devastated friend and foe alike. But when Isis came into my life, everything changed. She was goodness, love, hope. She made Kandak bloom. until she was taken from me. Now, I defy death itself to keep her from me. May the gods have mercy on anyone who stands in my way. Black Adam will see them burn.
I always wondered if he like did like a parlor trick with his dead girlfriend. You know, like you know how people get like dummies and stuff. And they're like, "Hello, I'm Black Adam's dead
The goddess
girlfriend."
of motherhood and magic, and the protector of the dead, the breath of Isis pushes the penitent past the veil.
Yes, it does that. Yes. But yeah, Atomic's kind of cool. Like it's just the range. I showed it in the video, but like with like the really decent powers and doing the real decent AM, it's just it stifles its own power. Like it puts you at such a risk for such great power. It's I don't know. We'll try it out. We'll do a let's play of it. We'll think of some sort of character. I don't know if I'll be able to come up with a witty name. I don't know. So maybe you guys want to toss some names in the comment section for me at random intervals. I don't really care. You guys can throw a name out if you want. I'll look at them. Make it good though, not something silly. Make something good, like a good name. Firestorm. Nucleoid. Not those. Firestorm's already taken in Nucleoid. Not that great. Not that great. Yeah. So, Atomic probably will be coming out. I'd like to see other people play it as a tank and see what they do. I I don't know. It's got a lot going on with it, and that makes it kind of weird. I think during the fight I was going to tell you guys, I was talking to the league last night, and me and Har were chatting, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I think I kind of see what happened with the power, because the power's not bad. No, it's good. It's just, it's got so much going on with it that makes it really kind of weird and complicated and confuzzled. Ooh. Mine. Let's chat with Marvel real quick, and then we'll tell you.
Congratulations. You stopped Faust from stealing the power of Shazam.
Thank you,
Black Adam has lost Isis once again. I hope he learns from this and does not take revenge.
His voice is in my head. But I think the devs, you know, I give them props, but at the same time, I'm going to criticize them a little bit. But I think they looked at how people dealt with.
I've got an urgent call from Fire in the East End police station. She spotted Omax cyborgs in Gotham and is calling in for backup. Batman is already on the alert. Talk to Fire and she'll contact you when you're on site.
See what we got here real quick. Barbarian voodoo. Probably barbarian. Not really anything I need, but I'll take it. But I think they looked at munitions. And munitions is probably a pretty solid power. I played with it a little bit. I have a character with munitions on. It's an okay power. It's pretty decent. But I think they probably looked at munitions, and people's reaction to it was kind of like, meh, it's okay, but it's kind of weird, and it doesn't really make sense, and it's kind of boring. And they were like, well, we need to really mix things up and do something really crazy with the next power. And so they did that, but I don't think it was for the best. You know, they did it
Gordon wants to make sure
to
you guys have the best Wayne
satisfy
tech gear out
people.
there. It's all inspired by Batman. Take a look.
People's interest, and it kind of ended up blowing up against them, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, most of the comments were really positive. It's just some of the people I'm talking to, they're like, it's just, it's not as great as it could be. It's kind of weird, and it's not really what I want as a power. I think they'd really do well with just just bringing in, because all the powers that they release now, it's always got some sort of weird thing to it, you know? But like the original powers, it's just like you got ice, you got fire, you have gadgets, you have sorcery. You know, they're all very right down the middle. They're very much just meh. They're very solid, very what you would expect powers to be. And I think they would do well with doing a whole bunch of just very solid powers, not really having any crazy abilities or anything like that. It just something that people could really get into and really be supportive of, you know? So maybe they'll do that with water. I don't know. We'll see. Water might go a little wonky, but a lot of people have been asking for it, so hopefully they do it well, because people kind of want that out of their water power. So yeah, let's see. What are we doing next? Omax. You gotta go take on Brother Eye. The Brother Eye, not the Brother Eye that you, I don't know where I was going with that. He's not the Brother Eye on Big Brother. That's bad. That's bad joke. I didn't expect to blow through Atomic so fast. But yeah. Oh, and I believe it's Bat Nether has been mentioning in the comments section that he wants to write me a story, and I really, really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate the thought of wanting to create a story for me to do. But the thing is, and I'm sure your story is going to be amazing and it's going to be awesome, but really, I don't want to take your guys' stories away from you. I want you guys to create those stories, and I want to create my stories, you know? And when I create a story, I want it to be kind of a mystery to everyone, and I want there to be intrigue and interest in it, you know? Not that it wouldn't be interesting, I just don't want to take your guys' ideas and make it my own. If that makes sense? I feel like it wouldn't be the same if I just took somebody else's story and rolled with it, you know? I wouldn't be able to manipulate things and really put the right touch on it that I normally could. So I really appreciate the thought. I will make a Atomic character, most likely. And you suggested super speed, so sure, why not? We'll make him a little bit different than Firestorm. He won't be a flyer, he'll be super speed. Also, it'll give me a chance to do Superman mentoring, so that'd be kind of cool. Something different from the norm, as it were. And we'll get to see some different missions and stuff that we normally didn't get to see. So that'd be good. I think that'll be good for everyone doing that. But the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, I think there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember it right now. Meh. I always hate when I do that. I always have an idea in my head and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'll talk about.
The OMAC virus is a deadly threat.
Is it?
But there is more. The virus was unleashed by my own creation. The Brother MKI satellite. Now rogue, it calls itself Brother Eye. I believed it to be deactivated and destroyed. I must find why and how it has sprung to life.
Okay.
For now, I need you to destroy its spy drones and help any citizens it may be targeting.
Alright, we'll do that. But the newest episode of The Flash, if you guys haven't seen it.
728. The Allfather in the Sky.
The Allfather in the Sky.
A satellite with almost unlimited nanotechnological and communication capabilities.
But the new episode of The Flash was amazing. It was spectacular. It was the episode I was hoping for, because I was like, if we get another just meh episode, I'm just going to be really worried about this entire season and where they're going with it. But no, this one was awesome. They really put forward that because one of the biggest problems I had with like the first couple episodes was that they just weren't focusing on these rifts as being like super, super dangerous and super, super important. But this time around, they were like, we have the biggest one in our basement, and we need to work with this right now. Otherwise, people will start to die and bad things will start to happen. So that was super cool. They got Jake Eric working on that, and they made this really cool machine for it. And you guys got to see it. I don't want to spoil too much. I should make like a spoiler face. Spoiler face! Activate! Form of... Oh my god, that's a spoiler. Yeah, maybe I'll throw that up every once in a while when I'm about to talk about something super spoilery. But yeah, it was super cool. They worked with Jay Garrick, and the entire episode was focused around. Oh my god, there's a OMAC guy around here. Normally, they don't come around here. The whole episode focuses around Captain Cold, and oh my god, I love him so much. It's so good. Him and Barry, their banter, it's so good. It's so good. And it was really emotional at certain parts. You guys gotta watch it, the new episode. And if you haven't watched any of The Flash, go watch it! I've been telling one of my coworkers at my other job, my day job. See, I'm like Batman, except I make YouTube videos at night and I don't save people. And by day, I run my own industry? You guys don't know. I could say anything, really.
Thanks.
But I've been trying to get one of my coworkers who's a big old comic nerd just like me, and he's really good at drawing like Superman and just all sorts of superheroes. He's a very good artist. I would love to commission him for some stuff, but I've been trying for ages to get him to watch The Flash, and he was always like, no, I don't really like what they did with Barry, making him like not blonde, and I don't like the suit and stuff. And I'm like, dude, just those things do not matter in the entirety of the series. The series is so good. It's so well written. You have to watch it. And finally he did, and he's like, you were right. This is the best. And I'm like, I know. So yeah, I was super happy about that he finally gave in and was like, I'll watch it, it's on Netflix, why the hell not? So yeah, that made me very, very happy inside to know that I got somebody to watch such a great TV series. And I want to continue, like you said, with like Heroes of Tomorrow. It's gonna be the bee's knees. You go save somebody else. Quickly, Steve, find me somebody to save. He's like, what? Steve's kind of weird. I was talking with Har last night, and he raised a great question about Levi that I hadn't thought about before. Oh, you got that one. Okay, cool. But we were hanging out in the Lost Library, and he was like, so...
That man did create the Brother Eye satellite, but he also destroyed it when it went crazy and decided every superhuman needed to die. For it to somehow reactivate itself is a very bad sign.
Yes, very bad sign.
This is Batman.
Hi, Batman.
The Omacs are attacking heroes and villains gathered at Night's Dome.
I can see that.
Don't worry about the villains for now.
Okay.
You'll need every last hand.
Okay.
The Omacs are armed with superpowers of their own, and they will quickly adapt to your attacks.
Isn't there a glowy around here? Nope,
there
that's
are
fire.
people inside those
There it
that
is.
We may be able to save.
But he raised a great question, because we're talking about the Lost Library, and he's like, where did Levi get the Lost Library? And I was trying to kind of like think about it. I'm like, man, I actually never really thought about like where he got it and why he has the Lost Library and what it actually is. Like, did he create it, or did
I'm from Wayne Biotech on behalf of the Gotham
yes,
Public
I know.
Health
Thank
System.
you. Thank you for your time. Did he, like, I don't know, was it always there? And I came to the conclusion, because I really, really want Levi's character to be kind of goofy. Like, I model him after, like, a shitty version of Constantine. That's the way I put it, is he's not great. He's kind of meh as a as a magician, but he's good. He's just kind of like everything around him ends up being a little derp. Like Rocky is an awesome character. He's an awesome little buddy. He's there to protect you. But he's a little soft in the head. You know what I mean? He's kind of meh. Like, I don't know if I would really put him in charge of something very important, like a science lab or anything like that. Because I don't know if he could handle that kind of job. But he's really good in battle. I kind of base him around Rocky Balboa, you know. Stella! Wait, does he say Stella? I think he says something like that. Stella! Stella! And, yeah, no, that whole, like, derpiness to him. Oh, shit, that's Killer Frost. Yep, I will try not to bother Killer Frost. That would be stupid. But he's kind of, you know, just everything around him is always kind of just cute and sort of silly and innocent, and his sense of humor is very apparent when he fights. And that's what I like about John Constantine is, like, no matter the situation, he's always just the biggest sarcastic prick you could ever find. He's always got some kind of quip where he's always got some sort of like joke or sarcastic humor to a situation. And I always like that. I'm like, they're the best. Steve, take him out. Why are these Olmecs trying to fight me? Steve, take him out too. Come here, heroine. Oh, the sweet, sweet heroine. But yeah, I want him to be kind of like a goofy, sort of silly type of character who does things. He tries to be funny to mask like that he's in super serious danger all the time, and that kind of keeps him human, if that makes sense. But anyway, his library. I was trying to think of like what it would actually be like. Where did he find the library? And me and him were just joking around, and I was like, he bought it off some drifter in the street, of course. Some crazy guy was on the sidewalk just yelling and screaming about the end of the world, and he's like, hey, what's in that building there? And the old man's like, oh, in there is the demons. And he's like, oh, demons? Oh, does anyone own it? I'll sell it to you for a pigeon. And that's how he got the library. From Old Man Jenkins. Old Man Jenkins and his evil library. Yes, that's how I picture it. All going down. Ooh, drill staff. I like this one. I couldn't get it off the broker because all anybody else was selling were like tank ones. Can't use that. Ooh. I can use that and that. Ooh. Infiltrator. Let's see, what does the drill staff look like? Because I really do like my whatever staff. Steampunk. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool right there. I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with my my steampunky staff because it looks pretty cool, and it was super cheap. That's another thing. Levi is like the cheapest wizard in the world, but yeah, the library. I kind of figured out like besides just the silly story to make up for it. Is that it was just like an old archive of different things, and a lot of it was ancient history and spells and weird magic stuff that had just been kept down there inside this gallery, and it was there for safekeeping, and you know, just like a museum, you know, they always have weird stuff, and somebody's always interested in it.
Set the shield protection for them, and
EMP
now they're slightly
Only an electromagnetic pulse can drive the OMAC nanovirus out of its human host. I've had EMPs airdropped into the area. Activate those against the OMACs, then mark the survivors for quarantine.
Thanks for bombing the place, Batman. I'm pretty sure that didn't scare the shit out of everyone over here.
Data 0825.
And
Directive
pop.
Monitor and
he's all right.
Metahuman activity.
Hey, buddy, you're doing all right. You seem.
I had no control over myself.
I know.
Satellite.
What was it saying? Oh, yeah, I imagine it to be like some sort of like archive that was there for just ages and nobody ever used it, and then it went into, you know how buildings that don't really make money or they can't afford to keep the lights on, they just kind of go into in use, and then they get abandoned, and you know, the police come and they put like do not enter signs on it saying, hey, this is a dangerous place, but generally it is. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just abandoned and they're waiting for somebody to either sell it or somebody to buy it, or they're waiting to destroy it, pretty much. But yeah, that's kind of how I imagine it. And just all this stuff was in the basement, and so Levi's like, wow, interesting. And he's always in search for like, I've been reading a lot of Justice League Dark. Like, I hadn't read it because, well, I just didn't have time. And recently I've been reading a ton of it, and it is super cool. And at the beginning, they show off this character named, I forget what his last name is, like Nick something. Nick Nightwatch, I don't know. He's the watcher on the wall, Nick Nightwatcher. But he's this really cool, like, kind of like role model for Constantine. Like, he wants to become what Nick is, like a great sorcerer. And Nick is super interested in finding all the knowledge he can possibly have, like the ultimate magical knowledge. And so Levi is kind of doing that. He's looking everywhere in the world. He's collecting all these ancient spells and magical archives and, you know, just like magical books and scrolls and all sorts of things that could be useful to him. And he archives them. But the library, it's the reason I called it a library and not an archive, because an archive infers that it's more of just like where you put stuff away and you don't really look at it, you just have it there in case. Whereas a library is more of like a public thing. Like, you can go in and you can look at stuff and you can read the books and you can take books with you. In this situation, you probably don't want to take books with you because you don't know if they're cursed or not. But yeah, I kind of wanted to be like, he's sort of like Madame Xanadu. She has lots of like mystical items, but she doesn't use any of them. She just keeps them there for people to see and look at, and, you know, it's kind of for knowledge, I guess, rather than just selfish use. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with. Is he's kind of this guardian of all these books and all these texts and everything, and that's what the library is his kind of base of operations for all this knowledge. Yeah, that's kind of the idea of Levi. So hopefully you guys will like him. He may or may not be in a machinima that may or may not be coming out in the future. I'm just gonna say that. Also, you guys should keep an eye on my Twitter, because, like, oh my god, like, some things might be coming out there, and, like, it might be really cool and stuff, dude. So, like, you should go there and follow me on my Twitter. Twitter.com/SirGaming. Sir_gaming. Yeah. Yeah, you guys should go do that. Also, I need more followers and people to retweet my stuff. But yeah, if you follow my Twitter, look out for some cool stuff coming out on there.
Survivors' locations. Wayne Tech may have something to aid the recovery process as well.
Is yeah, as I'm working on scripts and stuff, I might need to
We must
get people's opinion on things.
From an old data link to the satellite, it seems that part of it's hidden in Gotham's sewers, using the tunnels to send Omax out into the city. It's
Damn it,
resisting all
Omac!
my efforts
Nobody
to
likes
shut it
you.
down. You'll need to go in and use multiple EMPs to break its enhanced shielding.
Woo. I'll take the style. Don't really like the item. Anything else cool? Any hats? Nothing. Alright, well, I think that's probably a good place to end this. We talked a lot about his stuff. Like I said, go check out my Twitter. It's either on the main screen, you can just click the little Twitter thing, or, you know, go to twitter.com/SIR_gaming. It's pretty easy to find me. And I post some fun stuff on there, generally. I try to anyway. I also yell at Rocksteady on a daily basis, so that's always fun. But yeah, thanks for joining me, everybody. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. And, you know, your friends, they're missing out, don't you think? You can't just hold all this awesomeness to yourself. I know you want to, but you got to share it a little bit. Sharing is caring, as they say. So thanks for joining me, everybody, and I will see you all next time.